doing today? Like I hear on my walk, man, God gave you a day to get outside to get yourself together, man. Why not work on your health? Why not? Go do for your body today, man. But anyways, I want to talk about something, man, and it's becoming a recurring theme, man. When I hear people talking about these kids today, like not kids that are still staying in the house, which they 14, 15. We talking about like 18, 19, 20, 21, some even up 25, 26. Still thinking that you supposed to be doing for them like they're a baby. They owe you nothing. In this lifetime, you gotta work, man. You gotta work. You gotta work, man. You gotta get your life together. You gotta get outside. You gotta do for you, especially when you become a young adult. Ain't nobody gonna do this for you. Ain't nobody gonna go through this life for you. Keep putting on your Huggies every morning. It's gotta be you. And the worst part about this thing is we be having kids that go outside and they go and do things that are not conducive of a upstanding individual. You go outside and get yourself to all types of trouble, and then you expect mom and them to take care of you because you done messed up your life and got a felony. How about you pay attention? These be most of the kids, they don't listen. How you not gonna listen, but you want somewhere to stay? I don't be understanding that. Anybody that walk in my house know the rules. You walk in my house, you know the rules. The rules is you gonna do this or you gonna get the hell up out of my house. You gonna live by my rules or you gonna get up out of my house. Ain't nobody finna talk back to me nor my wife. You do that, means for the end of discussion. Get up out of my house. If you got it figured out, go pull your Huggies up, get the fuck on. I have no time for anybody entitled. But some people allow these kids to get their nuts up and they get their chest up and they start talking to you like they grown, but they don't have nowhere to stay. Send them outside. Send these kids outside. Since they so grown, go outside and handle business like an adult. Pay all your own damn bills. But you can't sit up under my roof and talk to me like we're equal. And some of these kids, they just start having sex and they think they equal to you because they done had sex. Don't nobody care that you can goddamn pull down your pants and have sex with somebody. Anybody can do that. But to be a grown individual and handle your business, go to work, pay your bills, all this other stuff, that comes with a little bit more respect than you sitting here talking to me about what you think you know. But I see a lot of parents, they be dealing with these grown ass kids. And these kids, even though they don't have a place to stay, they talk to you as if you owe them something. Like, you don't owe these kids nothing, man. If you raised them to be 18, you've done a fine job. Hey, man, raising kids is hard. I'm learning that. All my kids, I met my wife. She had a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 14-year-old. And I'm learning that raising kids are extremely hard, man. And sometimes these kids be thinking I'm being hard on them. But then my oldest kid, he went to college and said, man, thank you for holding me accountable, because I'm going to hold you accountable in my house. It ain't no other way. Oh, I'm just talking to people in general. I'm talking about the entitlement, the disease of entitlement. The disease of entitlement, when somebody feel like you owe them something. Man, don't nobody owe you nothing. Like, if your parents get you to a certain level in your life, they've done a fine job with you. If they done got you a point, you still living at 18, and you ain't got no felonies, you ain't had nothing happen to you, you've survived, you gotta start working and start figuring this stuff out. But what I've been seeing today is a lot of kids, and it's not even kids anymore. I be seeing grown-ups that don't have a place to stay. That be talking to people crazy who do have a place to stay. Man, you ain't no way you finna come in my house and talk to me crazy and you don't have nowhere to stay. What's very much discounted in this world is people having a place to stay. Homeless people understand having a place to stay is important. But a lot of people don't understand having a place to stay is really important. Having running water in your house is really important. Having lights is really important. Like, internet is a luxury. So having this stuff is a luxury. But when you stand with somebody and you feel entitled, you like, man, you owe me that. Man, don't nobody owe you nothing. If you to a certain age, especially if you're a man, you need to get your ass outside and work. You need to be out there and you need to be a productive member of a society and you need to be working at something. This is why I tell young men, I be like, hey, don't be leaning on your mama and trying to play football and going to all these football camps all goddamn day. You better find some skills about yourself. So when you leave mama house, you can do something with yourself. You can go and move into a productive field of work. But you can't do that when you sitting around lollygagging at your mama house for all of these years, and now it's 18, and now you have to go and figure this thing out, and you don't have no skills. You can't cut no grass. You can't do nothing. These young men be setting themselves up for failure because they don't want to work. Ain't no woman taking care of you, homie. Ain't no woman taking care of no man. And guess what, man? If everything go wrong in that relationship, nobody's gonna walk past that woman and nobody's gonna walk past you and go to that woman and say, you messed up everything. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna blame your ass. So it'd be smart of you to stack up skills. I tell people, man, when you 18 to 30, you need to be building. These are your prime building years. Your back and all this other stuff, all your energy is never gonna feel as great as it feels from 18 to 30. You need to be working. You need to be stacking up skills. You need to be finding out what you need. You need to be volunteering, doing free work. You need to be finding out what you can do to get in. I be telling these young men, you better start working at an early age. You have to build up work ethic. You can't just start and say, oh, okay, now I'm a hard worker. No. Skills are built over time. I knew when I used to go to my dad's house, if I went to my dad's house for the weekend, we was gonna work. My dad worked a full shift at work, and then when he got off work, he did like maintenance and carpentry and all electrical work and all this. I knew if I went on my dad's house over the weekend, it ain't no sitting down chilling at the at daddy's house. You going to work, homie. And that work ethic carried me into my adulthood. But when I be talking to these youngsters, man, they ain't built up no type of work ethic. It's like you've been sitting around trying to hunt all goddamn day and watching porn. And then you got 18, and now you don't have no skills about your life. Nope, I ain't chilling out. Because these kids are going to jail because they feel like robbing people is a better option than working. You chill out. These motherfuckers gonna be in your house talking about, hey, take off all your clothes and put your hands behind your back. That's the type of motherfuckers you gonna goddamn try to protect. And it's always these mamas. Oh, you being too hard on them. I ain't being too hard. Gotta put these kids to work. They gotta learn how to do something. Because if they don't learn how to work, they gonna be on you talking about, oh man, you didn't do that, you didn't teach me. Put these kids to work, man. Don't baby no kids. You baby them all the way until they turn 18, and now society's responsibility. A man that don't know how to work is usually a violent man. Because a woman, she gonna challenge you. A woman gonna challenge you. Like, oh, so what, you can't do this, you can't pay no bills, you can't. And guess what them boys gonna do since they don't have no skills? They gonna whoop your ass. You angry, man, because you don't have no skills. Because you don't know how to earn money. You be seeing these kids, man, don't know how to earn no money. And they know how to get women. But when you become an adult, you have to now start taking care of a woman. Yeah, man, I'm reading y'all comments today, man. But anyways, back to my mission. Because I just be putting out the word. And people be thinking I'm being harsh because my voice. Hey man, I don't have no soft voice like this. And I don't talk like to you. I'm not no pastor, homie. This is why I can't be no people like, man, you need to go into, I ain't going into no ministry like that, homie, because I got a voice. And my voice is that of a man. Because I was raised by a man. And men in my family, they worked like men. And this message is more geared towards men. I tell my boy and my girl, I say, look here, don't compare yourself to your sister because your sister is not gonna be working as hard as you. Sure not. You gonna have to work, homie. And so we stack up skills. We put him in STEM classes. We put him in all types of things to help build skills for him. Because I know when he get outside, he's gonna have to learn things, to earn things. Because a man that don't know how to earn, he gonna be angry. He gonna be angry. He probably been watching Menace to Society, think you can rob people to come up. No way. And I don't like young men when they grow up and they now got the muscles to challenge their mamas. You got the muscles to challenge your mamas, but you don't have the skills to go outside and get your life together. Skills pay bills. You can beat up women, that's great. But ain't gonna pay no bills. As soon as you beat up that woman, the bills still need to be paid. Entitlement is a disease. People be thinking that you owe them something. And then it'd be like 50, 60-year-old people thinking that you owe them something. Hey man, look, I might sound harsh, that's fine. My message, look, I stopped giving women advice a long time ago. I used to give women very, very harsh advice. Well, he don't do this and he don't do that. If he don't do this and he don't do that, get on. If he really love you, guess what? He'll get his shit together. A man that ain't gonna fight for you, that's like a dog that won't bark. Imagine you got this big ass, you got a big old dog, and somebody come up try to rob you and the dog run off. Get on. Get on about your business. And if that man wants you, he'll come find you. That's why I don't give women no advice, man. Women be all in their emotions. But you don't know the time we invested. Get out of here. Get out of here. My advice is geared towards men because sometimes men be needing a goddamn harder message than a woman. I want men to understand that entitlement is a disease. If you don't get out here and work, if you don't get things for yourself, you're going to end up, you can find a woman, that's great. You can find a woman, that's great. Can you keep her though? Keeping a woman is harder than finding a woman. She'll probably even marry you. But keeping that woman is hard. And it's going to challenge you. Having a good woman, especially having a good woman, she's going to challenge you to be better. But if you don't have betterment inside of yourself, you entitled, you're going to try to ride on her. Men shouldn't be living in no world where they feel entitled to anything. Men got to work for everything. Women can be pretty. They can go to the bar with no money and leave out and had a great time. Not you, homie. You gonna have to pay for them drinks. Yeah. But the thing today is men be thinking they equal to a woman. No, sir. You the lead. You the head. You the head of this thing. She gonna be looking at you like, what we gonna do? She gonna look right at you and say, what we gonna do? If you looking at her saying, what we gonna do, she might as well put your pants on and you might as well put on the panties. People be thinking I'm being mean. I done lived a lot of life. I'm 44 years old, homie. You don't get gray hair by being no damn fool. You don't get gray hair by being no fool. I done worked my whole life. It was weeks, man. I remember I was working overseas, man. For 6.5 years, I was working 84 hours a week. That was the minimum. 84 hours a week. That's every day you get up, you working 12 hours. Every day, no days off. And I gotta come here and sit here and talk to a man that don't want to work for 4 hours. He give me, man, goddamn, dog. 4 hours. He mad. And then women, they be sitting there, well, baby and grown ass men. No way. No way. If your son 21 years old and he got listening problems, he can't hear y'all sitting there arguing all day, don't sit there and argue with that goddamn boy. Send his ass outside. Well, you going on outside with your super grown ass. These kids today, they be thinking because they having sex, they grown. Little girls think because they ain't had a baby, they grown. Babies don't make you grown. You got to learn how to be a mama. Just like you got to learn how to be a dad, you got to learn how to be a man. You need mentors for this. You need teachers for this. You can't just walk in and be great. Imagine you wanna compete against LeBron James. You want to go to the NBA, but you don't practice. You're not going to the NBA. Your ass is going to the YMCA. That's where the hell you going. But the thing is, you think that you can train at basketball, but you don't have to train at being a man. Everything requires work. But if you're entitled, you feel like the world owe you something. Like, hey, I believe black people deserve reparations, but I believe we need to get our attitudes together to ask for it. You can't be out here dusty and asking for shit. But anyways, I digress, man. I'm just giving y'all a message because you don't get gray hair by being no damn fool. Now, there's a lot of people with gray hair and they still fools. But guess what? The people that be trying to give you sound wisdom, not no popping your coochie into relationships and try to, like, man, I know women that be trying to use their body as a meal ticket for the rest of their life. That's entitlement. You not even building no skills. You not even learning how to cook and clean. And I was dating women, man, and I'm like, so what you got going on? Well, I cook and clean better than you. This is why, men, I tell you to build skills. I was cooking and cleaning better than women that was over here trying to date me, telling them they cook and clean. And so when they tell me they cook and clean, I'll be like, okay, what else you got? Because I can go get some flour and make some bread over here real quick. I can make that from scratch. So if you can't beat me doing that, you need to go find something else to do. Have a good one. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is build skills. I be telling my son, learn how to cook. So can't no woman come over here and try to maneuver you with no, I can cook. That's a basic skill. It's a basic life skill to keep yourself alive. So you're not eating Roman noodles every goddamn day. It's a basic skill. Like people, I'm telling you, men's especially, learn skills. I know a homeboy, man, he just got his CDL and then went back, got his hazmat. Talked to him the other day, homie, making $5,000 a week. Now, of course, he putting in 100 hours a week. 100 hours a week. That's a lot of hours to work. But you got to get out here and build skills for yourself, man. Build skills for yourself. Do not be entitled. Entitlement is a disease. And it's spreading like wildfire. It's spreading out here. When I be hearing about these kids, man, bossing their parents around. Because guess what, young ladies? These boys gonna grow up, and most of them gonna be stronger than you. Install something good into him. Install a work ethic in him while he is young. Especially if his father not around, he don't have great male mentors. Don't baby him, because you'll be taking care of him for the rest of your life. Then you'll pawn him off on a woman, and the woman will be over there taking care of him too. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, man, don't get into that disease of entitlement thinking everybody owe you something. Don't nobody owe you nothing out here. Everything is earned.